When I was 16, my older sister and I used to stay home alone a lot. Our parents both worked night shifts twice a week, so it was just us from about 9 p.m. until morning. Nothing bad ever happened until the night we heard the coughing. It started around 1:30 a.m., a dry, raspy cough. Not loud, not dramatic, just close. We were both in my sister's room watching a movie when we heard it from the hallway. She muted the TV. We both stared at her bedroom door. Silence. Then, cough. Right outside. My sister stood up slowly. "Dad?" she called. No answer. She opened her bedroom door. The hallway was dark except for the night light near the bathroom. Empty. Every door closed, every shadow still. We checked the house together. Front door locked, back door locked, windows locked. Nothing. We laughed it off. Old house noises, pipes, wind. We went back to her room. 10 minutes later, cough. Longer this time, and closer. Not in the hallway, in her room. We both whipped our heads toward her closet. The door was closed, but the sound had come from that direction. We didn't move. We didn't breathe. My sister whispered, "You heard that too, right?" I nodded. Another cough. Muffled. Like someone covering their mouth. Inside the closet. My sister grabbed a metal hanger from her desk like it was a weapon. I grabbed her phone. She yanked the closet door open. Clothes, shoes, darkness, nothing else. We stood there shaking. Then I noticed something small. At the back of the closet floor, under the hanging clothes, the attic hatch, slightly opened, just enough to see blackness above it, and then a shift, a small movement in the dark above, not dramatic, just the sound of weight adjusting. My sister slowly stepped back, and that's when we heard it, breathing, from above us, not hiding it anymore, slow, steady, aware. We ran, locked ourselves in the bathroom, called 911. The operator kept telling us to stay quiet, stay put. We could still hear it. Movement in the attic. Heavy crawling sounds. Then footsteps. In the hallway. Inside the house. The bathroom doorknob rattled once. Slowly. Not violently. Just testing. Then silence. Police arrived 5 minutes later. They searched the entire house. And they found him. A man living in our attic. He had been up there for days. There were empty water bottles, food wrappers, a small flashlight, even a blanket. He had been coming down at night, using the bathroom, going through the fridge, standing in the hallway, watching. The officer told my parents later that the man had likely been inside the house while we were home several times. We just hadn't known. Here's the part that makes my stomach turn. In my sister's closet, police found something else. A small vent cover loosened. It led to a narrow gap between the walls, and inside that gap were cigarette butts. Old ones, meaning he hadn't just been in the attic, he had been inside the walls, listening. The coughing, the officer said, the man had severe asthma. That's probably why we finally heard him. Not because he wanted us to, but because he couldn't stop himself. They arrested him that night, but sometimes I think about something the officer said quietly to my dad. If he hadn't coughed, you might never have known he was there. And that's the part that stays with me. Not that we were almost hurt, but that for days someone stood in our hallway at night and we never knew. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next scary story.